broadcasting from beautiful, captivating Pai, Thailand, from this resort that I have been staying in now for almost 3 months. Welcome to another video. I got you guys hooked on these videos because, quite frankly, there's a lot of wisdom that is being channeled here because I'm a channeler. Okay? And I do a pretty good job at channeling practical wisdom for all of us on this 3D experiential experiment on this planet. Okay? So, I'd like to share with you a bit from this beautiful song that I listened to over and over when I was a teenager. The song is called Just Be by DJ Tiesto, and I'm not sure who's the singer in the song. It's a Tiesto song, one of his classic 2000s. He had this period in between 2000 and 2010 before he became, he had to do his thing and change his thing. So I'm not a fan of his material after, say, 2010, but nevertheless, he is. That's all that matters, okay? But I really, really deeply appreciate all the stuff that made him, put him into the mainstream. So he had this beautiful song called Just Be. And I'll just tell you the lyrics, the beginning of the song. You travel the world, but you can't run away from the person you are in your heart. You could be who you want to be, make us believe in you, keep all your light in the dark. You're searching for truth, you must look in the mirror and make sense of what you can see. Just be, just be. They say learning to love yourself is the first step that you take when you want to be real. You're flying on planes to exotic locations won't teach you who you really want to be. Face up to the facts that you are who you are, and nothing can change that belief. Just be, just be. It's a beautiful song. Really, go listen to it. Just look up Tiesto, Just Be. And I listened to this song over and over when I was a teenager, when I was 17, 18, 19. Over and over. Loved it, loved it, loved the words in it. It starts like, the first thing, you travel the world, but you can't run away from the person you are in your heart. Now, I am in a not unique predicament, but perhaps somewhat, I live an unorthodox life by the standards of the average person. I travel. I have been traveling for 4 months, 5 months, almost 6 months. Let's say 6 months. And the thing you have to understand about this particular dream character, Saeed, is that I immigrated to Canada with my family. So my family originates from Syria, but then I was born and raised in Qatar. But then we moved to Canada when I was 13, and then in Canada we moved everywhere. Okay, I lived in Calgary. In Calgary we moved everywhere, and then we went to Mississauga, Ontario, and then I went to Hamilton to study university, and then I went back to Calgary, and then I went to Fort Mac, which is in the north of Alberta, and then I back to Hamilton, and then Ottawa for a year, and now I am here. So it's like, and then I traveled in between. I went to Amsterdam, Istanbul in Turkey. So it's not that I have been everywhere. I have not. I'm actually a novice by the standards of some of the travelers that I meet here. Okay, I mean, you meet some people that are so ADHD when it comes to traveling, and they're always on the next move, right? And they're always next destination, right? Now I came here and I experienced a little bit of that next destination. Hey, let's go see what's up here, man. What's up? Let's go see the ruins, man. Let's go see this, right? I went to Myanmar while I was here. I went to Nepal. And then within Thailand, I spent a month in Koh Phangan. And the last 4 months in Pai, in which I went to Myanmar during, and I went to Nepal. And I'll tell you, the lyrics that I just told you, You travel the world, but you can't run away from the person you are in your heart. You could be who you want to be. Make us believe in you. Keep all your light in the dark. You're searching for truth. You must look in the mirror and make sense of what you can see. Just be, right? They say learning to love yourself is the first step that you take when you want to be real. You flying on planes to exotic locations won't show you who you really want to be. Face up to the facts that you are who you are, and nothing can change that belief. Just be. Just be. Right? I mean, wow. From the position of a traveler, and I could go anywhere. I work online, I work on weekends. I am telling you, okay, I am telling you right now, these lyrics are spot on. And whoever wrote these lyrics clearly was a traveler and was not a novice traveler like yours truly, but was somebody who actually went the traveling trip. Let's go here. All right. And you would ask probably whoever wrote these lyrics, you would ask them, did you go there? And they say, yeah. They probably literally traveled the world in every sense. Okay. And they came to the realization, which hopefully you come to at some point if you're a traveler, you're running away from yourself. You're running away from who you are. And so what it ends up, and I see this a lot. I meet a lot of travelers, obviously, right? If you live anywhere that's Pi or you're gonna meet people in and out, in and out, in and out, and I meet all kinds of folks. Now, traveling, having the travel bug, it starts off, you want to learn, for a lot of people, they want to expand their comfort zone, they want to, right? And then it could very easily, and it does for a lot of people, develop into a binge. So it's a way of escapism, if you will. Because I'll tell you something, when I came to Pi, and I stayed here for 2 weeks, and then I went to Myanmar. And when I came back from Myanmar, and I had realized that I'm starting to develop that, what am I escaping here? And I tell you, I sat through all of October when I came back from Myanmar and all of November. And those were some tough months for me because I'm at this position where I have freedom. I could be anywhere, I could go anywhere. And trust me, once you have that freedom, your mind, because the mind loves to wander, it will begin to go and grasping. I wonder what it'd be like to go there. I wonder what it'd be like to go there. Let's go to Nepal. Let's go see the Himalayas. Let's go. The mind is never satisfied. Its trip, its thing is to continuously look for external validation or external rushes. That's the mind. So trust me, when you're in a position of freedom and you work remotely and you can be anywhere, your mind, the monkey mind, will go wandering. Let's go on adventures. Let's explore. It's escaping. It's escapism, actually. And I had to sit down through October and November and say, well, look, you're in heaven, which I am in heaven. Like, all right, sit down here. No more escapism. What are you escaping here, going all over? Those were some tough months, man. Okay, those, I had to go deep. I was crying a lot. A lot of emotions came up. And that's actually when I began to get in touch with my grand mission. I realized that I want to serve the world, etc., because I felt this like, wow, the world is suffering, and all these emotions came up that I was escaping, essentially. Tough months there. Then my mind wandered again, and I wanted to go to Nepal. And as soon as I got there, I'm like, I made a terrible mistake. And then 10 days later, I was back here in Pi. Now, with such appreciation for, first of all, what I have here, which is beautiful. But it goes beyond. Because I really had to reflect on myself and on some of the people that I met also who very much travel, like right, but more so to do with me. And I said, well, no more. This is perfect. I literally live a perfect life. Okay, it is perfect in every way. And I realized that I'm just not appreciating what is. And the more that I appreciate, I was talking about it with my brother. He says, the more I travel, the less I want to travel. I feel the same way. The more I travel, the less I want to travel. Now I don't want to travel. I'm heading to Kopangan, and because simply actually would stay in Pi. But I mean, first of all, look, this smoky season started. You can't even see the mountains. Okay, so people are, farmers are burning the crops. So that's number one. That's the major thing. And B, it's getting colder at night. It gets cold. So, but I'm now deciding, you know what? No more escapism. You travel the world, but you can't run away from the person you are in your heart. You could be who you want to be. Make us believe in you. Keep all your light in the dark. Travel is overrated. Okay, it's like Bill Gates says something like, money doesn't buy you happiness, but you have to have enough of it to know this. Obviously you don't. You can just, if you see through the whole game, you don't really have to go and have all this money. But if for some people, they have to have all the money and then realize it's not bringing them happiness. Same thing with travel, really. And if you want to know that, because people glamorize travel so much, the traveling lifestyle so much. It's glamorized on Instagram, on YouTube. You got all these travel vloggers. Everyone's like, man, my dream is to travel the world, blah, 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 right? Everybody wants to escape their current reality for understandable reasons. I was living in Canada and I wanted to travel. It was cold, bitter cold, right? Bitter cold in every way. Depression all over, not the best of vibes. Clean country, clean and nice and all that. But cold, bitter cold. So anyway, so I understand people want to, they want to go and expand their comfort zone, etc. Until once the travel bug hits you, it just becomes like a food binge. You're just trying to escape something, right? Because you get to these perfect places, and they're absolutely perfect, and yet here you are, discontent. I began to develop discontentment with pie, and that's why I was like, I want to go to Nepal, right? And when I came back, I'm like, whoa, I just have not been appreciating clearly, which I was. I wasn't practicing much gratitude. You just get used to it, and you're not appreciating anymore. And now every day since the Nepal experience, I'm like, oh, I just sit in the sun here for hours, just look at this beautiful place. And I'm like, really, my appreciation has really gone deep now. It's really gone deep. And it turns out I'm just not appreciating enough. I'm not in the moment enough. I'm not present enough. How can the question is, if I'm so present here all the time, I would never want to leave. And it's true. I'm leaving because if there was no smoky season, I'd probably suck it up for the cold in the night, and I would just suck it up and I'll probably hang out here. But it's smoky now, and the air quality is deteriorating, and it's not, I'm gonna go to the island now. It's nice and sunny there, beautiful clear air, beach air, humid. So it's not humid anymore here. So I got a few places now that I want to just, I want to come, hang out in and just stop monkeying around. And so Koh Phangan is my next destination. But the monkeying around, it's forms of escapism. You're escaping something. So you get to this perfect place. It is absolutely perfect in every way. You've got it all made. By rights, if you're practicing contentment, you would probably never want to leave it again. You see, you're just so fulfilled, by God. But if you're not practicing, if you're escaping something, you're not being in the moment, you're not present, you're not practicing gratitude and appreciation, you're gonna pretty soon want to go on your next rush. Every traveler knows about the next rush, man, the next rush, right? Let's go see the next place. And then you go and you see it and you have fun. And then it's just like eating a meal. You want to go explore another meal. Oh, we've tried Mexican today. Let's go try Chinese. And it's never fulfilling. Never fulfilling. Clearly, whoever wrote the lyrics for that song was a seasoned traveler. Who's been through it all, has had every imaginable experience, every imaginable rush. They've been to the top of the Himalayas. They've been to the top, to the best views, Machu Picchu or whatever it's called, Machu Picchu, right? And they've been everywhere, right? And they realize, well, I'm still not happy. Who am I? I'm escaping myself. You travel the world, but you can't run away. I'm running away from the person you are in your heart. You see, it's true. It's true. And so we're always looking to escape. Now, what is that person? Who is that person? Who am I? You are eternal peace. You are eternal peace. Period. Your eternal peace, your eternal gratitude, your eternal appreciation, your eternal light, your eternal beauty, your eternal love, your eternal fulfillment, actually. And it turns out that we, like I can think of now where I live, That one here is my hut, by the way. The one towards the end, I can barely see I can because of the sun. But no, it's not these huts. Let's see. Okay, wait. This is the resort that I live in. You can see how beautiful it is. You can see how if you're actually practicing contentment every day, you will never want to leave. Anyway, let's see. Maybe from here can be better. Let's see. Yeah, those three huts. You see, I'm the one at the end. That's my hut, the one at the end. Okay, and the resort was they're cutting it down now, but it was like, I mean, it's really beautiful. Still is beautiful, but it's cut down now. Anyway, uh, a place like that actually, it turns out, it's just a support system for me to go within and figure out that inner peace that I am, my true nature. So once you get in touch with that inner fulfillment, that's you, that's the real you. Who am I? If you follow my Ramana Maharshi's inquiry, who am I? And you finally get to the root of it, your eternal peace, you're it. You're it, your fulfillment. You are fulfillment. You are it. You travel the world, but you can't run away from the person you are in your heart. That's the person you're in your heart. It's not a person actually. You can call it sir, it's a person, you know, if you want to refer to that infinite, formless, shapeless thing. But it is peace. It is fulfillment. It's fulfillment. It is fulfilled by its own presence. It is one, it is whole, it is alone. And in fact, it turns out you can only get there by being all alone. That's why yogis go hang out in a cave, because that's as alone as they can get in this realm. Right? There are better realms on different planes where you know, they're much more, it's like they're prepared for you to meditate. But some yogis, they like to go to the cave for a little while because that's the most alone they can get. Because, you know, but you can get anywhere there. For me, I get to those states just by being in the sun long enough. It's because the sun is the outer light of the inner light. I feel the sense of fulfillment if I spend long enough time in the sun. For me, that's the way. I don't have to go to a cave to feel my true presence. I just have to be in the sun long enough. The outer sun helps me realize who the inner sun is also. And then I feel this fulfillment, and it's like I just lay in the sun, and I don't want to move there. I don't I don't want to move out of there. You know, somebody, my brother may call me or something. Yo, what are you saying? Oh man, I'm just hanging out here. What are you saying now? Nothing. I'm just gonna chill here. I'll call you later, or we'll hang out later. All right. And same thing for him. If he's hanging out long enough in the sun, I call him, be like, yo, what are you saying, bro? And he's like, yo, nothing, chilling in the sun. And as soon as he's chilling in the sun, I'm like, all right, we're not going to do something now. We'll just do it later. I'm like, all right, bro, I'll see you later. Because I know it's that fulfillment. You chill in the sun long enough, you hang out in the sun long enough, and it's like that outer light makes you realize the inner light. And once you're in the inner light, it's fulfillment. It's fulfilled by its own presence. Period. It doesn't need. It doesn't even really need the outer sun. You see. So that's why some yogis will go to the cave, and there's no sun. There's actually darkness, but they get to that place also. So that because it's just fulfilled by its own presence. It's just I like the sun for me. You know, I am a sun worshiper. That's my trip. I don't want to be in a cave. I want to be out in the sun. Okay. So there's different ways for you to feel that inner. There's the deprivation tanks also. Many ways, right? But the bottom line is you can get there. And you can get there on a daily basis. You just have to find your method, right? Your method may be the deprivation tank or a cave or it's the sun in my case. And then once you're in it, because you realize that feeling you feel, that fulfillment when you're laying around in the sun for like hours, you know, like today I'm just doing it for hours. I haven't even I'm still dry fasting, you know. I'm thirsty. I'm not really, am I thirsty or am I just experiencing these sensations of dryness here? Because, I mean, I feel like I could go on making videos. I could go on, I'm very energetic. So anyway, that's a different video altogether. Let's not get off tangents. Stay in this, it's all connected anyway. There's no such thing as tangent anyway, right? It's all connected. So anyway, what I was saying, when you're laying around in the sun long enough and you're fulfilled, what is that fulfillment? That is you. It's not the sun that's fulfilling you. It's the outer light reminding you of who you are, the inner light. So now you think you're laying around in the sun fulfilled by the sun, but actually you're fulfilled by the inner sun. It's just the outer sun reminded you of the inner sun. Staying in it long enough, it's like, so that fulfillment, whenever you feel fulfilled, and you just like don't, you're just, I'm all right. I like, somebody comes up to you, you want something to eat? No, I'm okay. You want to go hang out? No. Let me just hang out here for a bit. Let me just chill, right? That's the inner, because you're so fulfilled by the inner you, by the inner light, by the true self. Okay, and that's the one that we run away from, actually, because we're just so afraid of it, because we are afraid of its presence, because it's so magnificent. It's like the Plato's allegory of the cave. The people are scared to see what's outside the cave because the light can be blinding, the sun can be blinding, the light can be blinding. So we're actually afraid of the light. What is that thing Marianne Williamson says in her novel? It's a really famous thing. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. So we continuously run away from that powerful being that we are. So then travel is one way of doing it. Okay? So travel is one way of doing it. You travel the world, but you can't run away from the person you are in your heart. You could be who you want to be. Make us believe in you. Keep all your lights in the dark. You searching for truth, you must look in the mirror and make sense of what you can see. Just be. Go listen to the song. Just type DJ Tiesto, Just Be. Really beautiful song. And yeah, it's the eternal search until you realize it's all here and now. I am it. And once you realize I am it, it's not a sudden realization, I am it, I am going to be it. No, it's like you fall out of it, obviously. Right? Oh, you fall out of it. So then but then when you get in touch with that place and you're like, whoa, it really hits you on a deep level, like, whoa, this is all an illusion. There's only one of me. I don't need anything. And it's true. That statement is literally true. You do not need anything, not even water, not even food, if you really cultivate that inner self. Okay? That's called breatharianism. If you truly cultivate that inner self, you get to a point where you don't even need physical sustenance to sustain your physical body, because you're so light, you're so full of the light force, the subtler light force, that the true essence of you, that you are powering that. You're powering, you're producing the energy. You're the energy emanating and sustaining perfectly that physical body. You see, because the physical body is a microcosm of the macrocosm, which is the pure source, pure light. Once you truly realize it, your pure source, pure light, pure fulfillment, that you will only actually be fulfilled by your own presence, the aloneness, which you can only get to in solitude, folks. Even monks doing it in a monastery together, they're all going into their own solitude. They're just using the group energy for each one of them to go into the solitude. So it's even then. You can only really get there by deep aloneness, actually, because there's only all oneness. There's only one. Once it hits you, it's not that it hits you and boom, you're it eternally. That's called permanent enlightenment. Very, 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 very rare thing. Okay? However, it hits you and then you're like, okay, all right. You come back down, but you're like, okay, all right, I understand. There's an understanding, an inner standing. You're like, okay, I understand that I don't need anything. I may continue to eat now. I may continue to want to hang around people or whatever, but I get it. And I'm going to start to work towards that state. And you begin to work towards that state, to the state of self-realization. And the more you're it, the less you need, period. That you can measure it. It's a feedback. It's a feedback thing. How much do I feel like I need? Do I feel like I need to go and hang out with people? Do I feel like I need to go and travel? What do I need? I mean, really, the more needs you have, the less fulfilled you are. It's pretty simple and self-evident, right? The more I need, the less I feel fulfilled. The more I feel fulfilled, the less I need. So for me, for example, the more I feel like I'm fulfilled, now I look back, I'm like, why the hell did I even step outside of Pi to go to Myanmar and then and then later on go to Nepal? Now in this fulfilled state because I feel so fulfilled. I'm like, it's perfect, you know? So now in this fulfilled state, I'm like, why on earth did I even think of that? And the answer is because the mind is a wandering. It's never fulfilled. So I fell out of presence. I fell out of the appreciation for the moment. And as soon as I fell out of the appreciation for the moment, I said I started to wander. My mind began to wander. Because now I'm not appreciative. I'm not present enough. So now my mind's like, maybe we can go there and we can get fulfillment. It's like that's not gonna happen because I'm the same. It's the same thing. If I'm not feeling the fulfillment here, who makes you think I'm gonna feel it in Myanmar? Who makes you think I'm gonna feel it in Nepal? And the answer is no. Truthfully, the answer is no. You see? So the more fulfilled you are, the less needs you have. And that's the more fulfilled you are, it means the more self-realized you are. The more you are at peace with yourself and therefore at peace with everything around you. And then in that state, you realize how everything is so perfect. And in that state, your mind's calm, so you're not wandering as much. You see, so you begin to simplify everything. You say, well, like for me right now, I'm like, okay, well, why do I even want to travel? Like I'm like, Pi is perfect for this amount of time, and then Koh Phangan is perfect. So and then you have Ubud Bali. So why don't you just hang around a few places, and rotate with them throughout the year? Why this wandering? Because now I'm calmer. The mind's calmer. You see. And then you begin to eat simpler because then your mind isn't wandering as much. I wonder what that tastes like. Oh, I want to have that taste now. It's like, no. None of it's going to fulfill you. You think it's going to fulfill you, but that's the mind strip playing tricks on you, playing illusion. Oh, what if you go and eat that meal, it's going to make you feel fulfilled. And then you eat it, and then minutes later, you're like, man, I want something sweet now. It's too salty. And you have some sweet, and you're like, I'm thirsty now. Let me drink some water. And you drink some water, and like, it's too plain. I want some taste again. Never fulfilled. The mind, it's an illusion, man. It's funny. It's very, very absurd. Same thing with the travel thing. I'm gonna travel there. I'm gonna be happy there, and you feel it. I mean, you go, wow, beautiful. Oh my god. And then a couple of days later, it wears off on you, and you're like, okay, let's go next. Where are we next here? All right, where? And then it starts to happen quicker now because you become more of a seasoned traveler. So it's like you get there and you experience the rush, and the rush is experienced like this in 2 hours. And you're like, okay, next. Where am I going next? Never fulfilled. Never fulfilled. When it's never fulfilled. The mind strip, I'm sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. It's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. The mind strip's going nowhere. Nowhere, baby. No, I'm telling you, it's all right. You want to go? What? All right. I mean, all right, go ahead. I'm telling you, I read the sign. It says turn back the other way. Turn back the other way. Oh, you don't believe me? All right, go and read it for yourself. And often we all go and read it ourselves because we don't believe. We have to see this sign for ourselves. And eventually you travel enough, or you do some enough, and then you wander enough, and you realize, okay, man, I sit down here. All right. Or whatever. It doesn't have to be sit down, but just stay still. All right, let me just ground myself to a place here. What am I escaping here? I'm gonna sit in my room. It's what I did back in October, November. I'm like, all right. Started to cry a lot. These emotions came up. Like, oh man, it's a lot of suffering in the world, and I kept crying and crying and crying. I'm like, is that what I'm escaping all this time? With all this exploration? Yeah, it turns out that's what I was escaping. So let it come up, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help the world. All right, there's the mission. All right, I'm gonna get on with the mission. All right, let's go. 2 videos a day, because I was doing just one, and I wasn't really plugged into it. I didn't see it as that. I was just like, videos. But now it's like, it's a mission. But it's like, because I sat down, I actually locked myself up in my room and like, all right, stop, enough with the wandering shit. And then, after I went through that process, then my mind began to wander again. It's very quickly will go and wander. You see? So you've got to have some grounding rituals. Now, my ritual right now to ground myself is the sun. I wake up in the morning. That's why I rotate now. Okay, I still wander, but I rotate my locations based on the sun. So I'm going to Koh Phangan now also, not because it's because it's smoky season, but also because it's sunny. So I follow the sun now because the sun grounds me. So if I wake up now because it's sunny season here also, and I go over there at the grass and I just lay in the sun and I put a timer on for an hour to an hour and a half, and I just lay down and I just bathe in the sun. No, I don't drink water in the morning. I do the dry fasting, right? No food, nothing. I just the sun, and the sun grounds me because the outer sun. I'm using the outer forces, the outer sun, to remind me of the inner sun. Then I'm laying there, and after about an hour and a half of just being bathed in the outer sun, then I realize the inner sun, and then I look around me. I'm like, wow, I am so lucky to be living here, which I truly I am. And then that see now peace, no more wandering. You see, calm mind. So now it's like, all right, calm. Why are you constantly going on the move? Why do you want to be constantly on? What do you? Isn't this? And this you realize this is perfect. Oh my God! It's just because I'm not present enough to perceive the perfection. Is my mind wanders, thinks it's gonna get fulfilled, but actually the fulfillment is me, inner peace, of which I realize that actually it's all perfect. You see? So yeah, you learn. You travel, you learn these things. The reason of why you travel is so you learn. That my brother said it perfectly, God bless his soul. He said, the more I travel, the less I want to travel. I have to agree. For me, I feel the same sentiment as well as my experience now. The more I travel, the less I want to travel. So God bless this land. God bless Thailand. It has hosted me for the last 4 months since September, with my bouts of wandering here and there, and then my quick realization that I'm just not present enough to appreciate the perfection of what is. And next destination will be the beautiful island of Kopangan, which I stayed there in for a month, and my heart takes me there, and I want to be there for a while. It's a beautiful island, beautiful island. Now it's sunny. We got the sunny season now. The beach, the humid air, because the air here is dry now because of all the smoke and because of the coldness at night. But still, I'm appreciative of the perfection of it. Believe me, I'm in no rush to go to Kopangan right now. I'm in no rush. I love this place. If there wasn't for smoky season, I probably would have stayed here for another month. But the smoky season already started. As you can see here, you can't even see the mountains anymore. So it's a bit, you change the location and all, but you still recognition of the perfection. I mean, it's sunny here. I literally spend my time in the sun from 10. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this video because we're reaching the 33-minute mark, and I don't want to edit. I don't want to put the video together, okay? Because it's gonna cut it soon. I love you guys. Hopefully you got the message from this. Travel is overrated. Do it. You travel until you realize you don't need to travel anymore. You need a ground and a route, and then an appreciation for what is and presence. That's the moral. Support us on Patreon. Support the community. Links down in the description. And until next time, may the force be with you.